Alright, I want to do this because I think this will be fun. And I'm kind of giving you guys a sneak peek of what some of our next resources are going to be. So, we talked about program design yesterday, correct? Yeah, I think it was yesterday. And no, it wasn't. It was Monday. It was Monday. So we talked about program design, how I create programs, and like how I kind of create like a singular block or mesocycle. And one idea I had was kind of doing them in a thematic way by doing D&D classes. I mentioned this last week. And naturally, I think this would be fairly easy, so we can kind of gloss over this and kind of do things relatively quick without this turning into an hour-long lecture. But let's do your very typical first class you think of, fighter. Alright, so when we're creating a program, we need to come up with your goals. Essentially, we need to do some type of needs analysis. So, what are the goals of a fighter? You guys read over here? Maybe over here. You guys feel free to put it in the chat if you know. But essentially, they are a bit of, they're like all around athletic, right? So we'll just say kind of all around athlete, right? So they're kind of jack of all trades when it comes to physicality. They need to be fast, but also be able to run long distances, run/travel long distances. And then they need to be strong, right? Now, here's the thing. They are to win. Yes, fighters need to win. So, they need to be fast, but not maybe as fast and nimble as like a rogue or a monk. They need to be able to travel long distances, but maybe not as long as, I don't know, like a barbarian. I know that's not quite exactly a metric or a mechanic in D&D. They need to be strong, but not quite as strong as like a barbarian. Oh, they don't need to run or travel as long as like a ranger. That's a good one. And so they need to be like a happy medium of all of these. And so we want a program to kind of reflect that. And so this is a good general all-around. It's a mosquito. General all-around. I don't know what that was. Kick ass. So with that, we need to have strength training. I'm not going to write this down because we'll get into that into the program. We need to have strength training. We need to have some form of moderate distance cardio. And we can implement sprints, but I think that can be negated because we need strength and a moderate distance of conditioning. So that was a cucumber. Cucumber in my foot. Oh, pickle foot. Oh, I see. All right, so for a fighter, let's say since they don't need to be like extremely strong, we can start off with a 3-day split. So we'll do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then Tuesday, Thursday we're going to do cardio, and I'll explain that afterward. And so, typical 3-day split, we can do a push-pull legs split. I think that could be justified because it's a good, well-rounded gym split. You could do like an upper, lower, total body day. If you wanted to argue more like sports-specific stuff, it could be 3 total body days. But if we're trying to go to the gym and do cardio, I think taking a step back and doing like a push-pull legs split would be good, which we have a 3-day push-pull leg split in here. That is levels 6 and 7, I believe. Yes, no, 5, 6, and 7. So we'll do level 5, week 1, day 1, push-pull legs. So day 1, push. And that will be bench. It will be shoulder press. Let's say overhead press. and that'll be dumbbell. So we'll do barbell bench, dumbbell overhead press. Thank you, bird. And then we'll do incline, whoops, inch. We'll do incline bench. You can do barbell or dumbbell for that. If you're starting off, you can do dumbbell. Then we'll do skulls. And you can do 2 tricep workouts here, or 2 tricep exercises here, and then do 2 bicep exercises here for pull day, which is what's written in here. But if we wanted to do bis and tris here and bis and tris there, that is also acceptable. Would you say cardio, hold on, let me make sure I'm not. Yep. Would you say cardio is as important as weight training to be successfully, generally healthy? I know a lot of people that don't skip leg day, but do skip cardio. I'm going to put a pin in that until I finish push day. So we'll do skulls and then curls. I spelled curls wrong. And then we do want to do core. Normally when we do core, it's just going to be like 2 exercises circuited. So we'll do crunches and like a plank. And those will be, like I said, superset. And so we'll bis and tris. And then generally, like always, 3 by 10. When applicable, plank will probably be like 20 to 30 seconds if you're just starting off. If you're just starting off with plank, which is what we're going to do next week, probably, do 20 to 30 seconds. You can do them on your elbows. I prefer doing elbow planks, but then you could also drop to your knees. So you're doing knees and elbows and do lighter weight, and then everything 3 sets. So to answer your question, what's more important, cardio or strength training? And the answer is it depends what your weak area is. I will say, generally speaking, most people are probably cardio deficient because most people live sedentary lives. And so cardio health in a general sense is probably going to be more important for longevity purposes, for heart health meaning. But also most elderly people die from a fall, and huge correlation with fall risk is strength. And that's why when they do tests on old people, they'll do grip strength, and that'll kind of partially determine or have a direct correlation to their fall risk. That's because it's overgeneralized strength. And so both are important. Most people probably err away from cardio, so they probably have a weaker cardiovascular system, and so they could probably benefit from doing more cardio. So long story short, cardio is probably more important. So let's skip Tuesday and Thursday for now, and we'll do our workouts. So pull day. This again is assuming that we have a bench or have a gym. So we're doing lat pull down. We'll do regular grip, regular overhand grip. Do barbell bent over row. I did those Tuesday. Yeah, we did dumbbell, but barbell bent over rows there. And then we can do upright rows here. You can do that with dumbbell or barbell, where you're just bringing them up here. I try not to go up any higher than elbow above shoulder, or at shoulder, because when you come over here, again, it can cause extra stress on your shoulder, and you don't really need that. And then we'll do bis and tris again. So we'll do like overhead extension. And you know what, screw it, let's do push-ups. So we'll do diamond push-ups. Push up, and then curl. And you can swap which one you do first. Yeah, honestly, it doesn't really matter. Since they are antagonistic muscles, meaning they work opposite sides of the area, then you don't need to worry about which one goes first. Yes, fun fact, Coach Jordan did used to work with the elderly population to increase their bone density. It was a franchise called OsteoStrong. I would not recommend it. Oh, and then core. So we did crunches and planks. I like to do some kind of anti-movement. If we are a fighter, we want to maintain a steady core so that way we get pushed around less. And so I saw that much going. And so I like doing anti-movement here, but we did crunches, which are upper core, and then we did planks, which again is kind of an anti-movement. So we want to do maybe flutter kicks, which is going to be working on more of your lower core. And then we would probably want to do some kind of oblique, so like a Russian twist. Russian twist? What do I have here? I did cross crunch, which is like the same thing. Russian twist, that's for leg day. Cool. And so, yeah. Oh, and these are supersetted, of course. So superset, and you can see how they mirror each other. Any planks that are really effective? Oh, are planks really effective? Yes, I think so. Some people argue they don't do a really good job building core muscles, or like your abs, but you don't do a plank to build like core muscles to show. You do that to increase core stability. So yes, I would argue that they're effective, especially if you're a fighter trying to maintain a strong core while swinging a sword and shit. So next, leg day. I want to stand over here. We'll do squat. If you don't like squat, or if you haven't progressed to squat, leg press is really good. If I had one, and goblet squat, dumbbell squat, like what we did yesterday, are good alternatives. Romanian deadlift. Again, barbell, dumbbell, your preference. I like doing barbell because it makes me feel like a man. And then we can do leg extension, and then leg curl. I like doing those together, not necessarily supersetted because that's kind of a dick move, trying to steal two machines. What's my split, bro? I went through that earlier today, but I'll go through it here in a second. It's actually in this book. Bird will probably plug this in a second. And then calf raises. Oh, the reason why I like doing leg extension and leg curls, because again, they work opposite muscles. Leg extension is working your quads, leg curls are working your hamstrings. You can just pick one, or do something like a lunge, and that could kind of help replace those two. And calf raises. And then we can throw in some more core. We can do cross crunch, which is like a regressed version of a flutter or a Russian twist. And then like just regular leg raises. So kind of like a regressed flutter kick, but slower. So what is my split? I do a 4-day split. We're doing an upper lower split right now, where it's akin to power building, but I'm going a little bit easier, to where my big 4 bench squat, deadlift, overhead press, and then the accessories are going to be 3 by 10. That's what I'm doing right now. So that is your strength training for a fighter, 3-day push-pull leg split. Put that up here. PPL. PPL. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays we want to do cardio. And so without writing it down, we want to do some kind of mid-distance cardio. And what I like doing for that is, let's put it right here, cardio. I like doing a couch to 5K. So that is, normally a couch to 5K split is a 3-day split. So you can do Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, but also not everybody wants to work out 6 days a week. You can double up on your push and pull day. I wouldn't necessarily want to run on your leg day, but you can. Again, ideal and realistic don't always match, so pick whatever fits your schedule best. As a fighter, you always have to be ready to take action. I would do a couch to 5K, Tuesdays and Thursdays, take an 8-week program, stretch it out into 12 weeks by doing 2 days, so that way each week of the training program is taking you a week and a half. And guess what? I have one in here. I don't know what page it's on. I'm gonna get flustered trying to find it. But to answer your question, Daniel, what are my thoughts on full body? Oh, here it is. So, I don't need to say this anymore. So, here's the Couch to 5K training program. This is a pretty standard program. You can find these pretty much anywhere, but you can also find it for free in this ebook. Class, this will be on the quiz, so take notes, write this down. Don't just take a picture of it because you're not going to remember it, write it down. But I think that was good. It's an hour and a half. That was a pretty good stream. we as in me, myself, and I, are going to call it a night. If you want this book, if you want workouts that are in there like this, not quite a fighter program, but just like a 3-day PPL split, and the 4-day upper lower split that I'm doing, all of that is in here in the 1-year beginner's handbook. The Couch to Gym Rat training program is the 12-month training program that starts you off with body weight and goes all the way up until intermediate power building workouts. 4-day split in there. There's a whole lot of other stuff in there. The cooking and shopping guide, 40 high protein recipes to play with, sleep guide, the Couch to 5K is in there, and proper ways to learn how to meal prep, an example meal plan with an example shopping list, and I think that's it. Anyway, 330 pages of just pure girthiness, all for free. All you gotta do is join the Discord, which is also free. I just want this information to get out, and feel free to spread the word. Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and then join our Discord. Those are our main 4 platforms. And if you have any questions, you can shoot me a message on any of those platforms, and I will get to you as soon as possible. You all have a fantastic night, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. I'll be doing my 4th workout, and that'll be it for the week. But I'll catch you tomorrow, same time, same place. Peace out, gang.